So this is the plasma cutter the kids got me for my birthday. The middle of Lidl plasma cutter. Let's see what's in the box. Hopefully it's a plasma cutter. We've got some polystyrene. Tell you what, I think it's easier if you turn things upside. Actually no, to what feet. Yeah, that box comes right out. In there. And here. Polystyrene. Keep all this just in case. You know, it might not work. Distractions. All that back in there. So that's the actual unit. So you've got a twiddly knob for the amps. That's the positive, this is the negative. They're different, so then you've got this little 2-pin plug here. That's it on the front. You've got some over temperature, and I presume that's a power light, but I haven't read the instructions yet. Got an on-off switch on the back. You've just got a push-fit air intake and a little separator. Separates the water, I presume. Right, you pull this out and then push it down to lock it. That's obviously to adjust your air. I will read the instructions in a minute. Then we've got this box. And in this box we've got the air line. About two meters of that, I suppose. With a Euro fit connector. That end just pushes into the actual unit. Got the earth clamp, and in here must be the torch. And the bag is sealed. I've got to bust that open. Oh, it all smells nice and new. Nothing else in that bag, that can go in there. So on the torch we have got how long is it? About 2 meters again, which is plenty long enough. Now you've got the torch with this little wire cage on it, and I've seen other things on here. That's to keep your distance. Very close though. Anyway, that's what that's for. You've got a lock on here to stop you turning it on by mistake, I suppose. Turn it on, can't lock it on. Well, it's like a finger guard to stop you knocking it on by mistake, I suppose. But on the business end, you've got, that's obviously the positive, and you've got the trigger control, I presume this one is. So you've got a mouth fitting for the positive, which is just one of them pushy in and twist ones. You've got this, what's that, can only go on one way, which I presume is the trigger. The earth clamp goes into this spare one here. That's another one of them twisty in ones. And then you've got the earth, which is threaded. Well, not the earth, the negative, which screws on there. That's it, earth clamp. Bit thin, but I'm sure it does the job. And the gun, and you've got a little bag of consumables, which until I have a look at the descriptions, I don't know what they are. So, I'll read the descriptions. Alright, well, I've got my big goggles on. I've accumulated some bits of metal. One's on the floor. Alright, I've got some 5mm bar. I've got this, which come off the bottom of a bench grinder that didn't make it out of fire. That's about 1.5mm, and this is about 3.5mm. Now I've got it connected up to my compressor, but I don't seem to be able to get the pressure up on my compressor's on the way out. I've really got to get a new one. But it only seems to be getting up to about 2.5, 3 bar. I think you're supposed to use this at about 4 bar, so might be in trouble there. Anyway. It's got a fan on it, I've switched it on and off, and I don't know if my compressor's going to kick in while I'm doing this, so it may get noisy, and if it does I may have to do a voiceover on this or something. But I've got a spark tray set up. I've got this really handy bit of railway track that some of you, if you watched a while ago, someone had a bit off of me bandsaw when I was slinging it out, and I didn't want anything for it, but he said he'd send me some stuff, and he sent me, among other things, this bit of railway track that's got a lovely flat on it. Really has been an handy tool in the workshop, I love it. So I'm going to hold some metal on that and see if I can cut it and catch sparks in there. Right, here goes. Switch it on. If I can find the switch, we'll have to have a look. I did read the instructions. There's not a lot to them. They don't really give you any instructions how to use it or anything. I'm going to try just using this in case anything gets hot and holding it. I think I'll leave this hand free for the time being. So I'm going to try the thin stuff first. Set a little GoPro up over there in case I get in the way of it when I'm doing it. So I'm just going to stick the earth clamp on this. There. Put my gogs on. soon as you fire it, it goes off. And the air carries on a little while, they call it apparently. Right, here goes. Well, that nearly cut through that. That's the side it was cutting. But what I never thought about, I never adjusted the power of it. But that was really good. Right, and that was on as low as it'd go. So I'm going to turn that up to... it goes 1.5, 1.8, there's little segments, so they're obviously 3 each. That was 15, well not 1.5, 15, 18, so that was at 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, I'll do that about, I'll try it again at about 20. But that was very easy to use. And I can just cut that bit off. Switch it on your knob. Strangely, that don't seem to have gone as well as the first one. Maybe I was going a bit quicker or something. I don't think I'm getting any air through it. So I said, that compressor's playing up a lot. fair bit of slag on the back of that. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. But cut through it easy. I mean, it was brilliant the way it cut through it. I mean, it very nearly cut through it the first time. I'll probably turn that down quite a bit. It was probably the air that was buggering that up. Right. Let's try, I'll tell you what, we'll do it in stages. I'll try this bit of 3.5mm angle iron. Just check the compressor's still working now, let's see. Compressor won't reset itself, it just runs out of there and won't switch back on. Just keep popping the reset button, I need a new one. Well, that appears, almost looks like I tried to weld that one. Certainly melted it, but it's all bubbled up on top. Let's turn the power up a bit. Turn it up to 2.7. Right, well that nearly went through it. Got no idea, my eyes are a bit manked up. Compressor's working properly. Right, I'm going to turn it up a bit more up. Try and cut this end. Right, it's up full blow now. That's just gone like welding again. I've got a feeling that might be either too powerful or this air ain't no good. Try the 5mm stuff as soon as that compressor pumps it up. I don't think there's anything wrong with clean is because this air compressor ain't working properly and it's not really pumping the air out properly. So I'll let that run itself up and then I'll give it a go on this 5mm stuff. Trying to cut it's just going all over the place. I do think that's down to the air. Staying at about 4 bar now, and that did cut through it. Bit of slag on the other side of it, not too bad. And we'll try that again. Pretty, and it is working. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to do much more than about this 5mm bar. One thing's for sure, it gets very noisy. And it gets very hot. So, we'll get me out of the way, it might focus on it, mightn't it? Can't really tell whether that's focused because my eyes ain't all that clever. But it definitely cuts. It cut the 1.5 millimetre stuff really easy, which I can't say, which is probably something like I'd want to be cutting with it. The 5mm stuff, well, it was cutting it. I think I might have just been going a bit too slow and it was leaving a lot of the slag behind. Maybe I need a little bit more air pressure. Or a little bit less. Because I don't really know what I'm doing. But it's a great toy. It's a great thing to have. And it's great to be in the shed doing something fun for a change. I'm going to turn the compressor back on and just knock this bit off the end of this. Just turn the compressor on the actual machine up to as high as it'll go. That was much better. Still a fair bit of swamp on the back of it. But it knocks off. But that cut that time very easily. That was with the actual plasma cutters. Air pressure control up to 4.5. It was on about 4, so it does make a difference. But at 4.5, it went through that 5mm stuff quite easy. Struggle a bit more, I reckon, with 6, obviously. But I think it'd probably get through 6. And I don't think I want to cut anything bigger than that. Not with this anyway. Nozzle still looks alright. I think I better get down Lidl's and get some consumables though. I think you really need to have that over your shoulder or something like when you're welding, because it does twist your hand a bit. But other than that, it works fine. As I got it for nothing, I think it's a bargain. And I'm really happy with it. So this ain't exactly a in-depth test of this machine, but this last one I did, this 5mm bar, when I had the air pressure up somewhere right, I mean, it cut it beautifully. Now, if I was cutting a bit of 5mm flat bar straight across like this, I'd use my bandsaw. But it has got fantastic potential for other things, isn't it? I mean, for the money, because I mean, like I say, this was a birthday present, so I didn't buy it. But I think they're 130 quid. I mean, 20 or 10 or 15 years ago, having a plasma cutter in a shed like mine would have been inconceivable. So to have one now is fantastic for the money. I mean, like I say, you wouldn't use it really for doing straight cuts anyway, would you? It's not that it don't do it perfectly, it does. I mean, the thing I would say about it, of course, is you need to practice with it. My air compressor is very suspect, so that don't help. But you'd need to practice, have some goes with different air pressures and different powers for different thicknesses of material, and I think then, once you've got it dialed in, as we'd say, it'd be brilliant. I mean, it is brilliant. I mean, it cut this fantastic when I got it nearly right. So, practice, like most things. You need to play with it a bit longer than I have so far. But I don't think a video of me messing about with all sorts of bits of metal making a mess would be much of a good one. I think this one's going to be long enough as it is. There's plenty of times when I was younger working on old cars and things where you couldn't get something out, where you're trying to hacksaw something out. It would have been a cracker. But what it will be good for is cutting shapes or anything. I've got a plan to make a weather vane later on in the year for my garden, and I just want to make that out of thin steel, so it will definitely come into its own for that sort of thing. I would dearly love to put it on a CNC machine, like get a 2 foot, 3 foot bed with CNC controlled and have it cutting stuff out. Now that would be good. But it works fine for the money, it's brilliant I think. And I'm very pleased to own it. It will get some use in my workshop, not every day. Not everything in my workshop gets used every day. But it's brilliant fun to use as well. Because who don't like a sparky thing? But I'm really pleased with it. So my verdict is, it's brilliant. Right, just thought you might like to see that. And I thoroughly enjoyed using it, and I will in the future. Needless to say, this is not sponsored by Lidl. Well, there you go. See you next Wednesday.